I know I'm supposed to be wearing my jersey right now because I am going to be making some NFL picks. And by full disclosure, my jersey is like right to the side of me. I really could just like get up and go put it on. But there's kind of a reason why I'm wearing this outfit. And really it has to do with the fact that with everyone talking about how they really want to make sure 2023 is a good year, I figured, why not try and start as clean as possible? Hence why I'm wearing this completely all white outfit, because, white, has been a symbol of, cleanliness, purity, renewal, stuff like that. And considering that this is, January 1st, 2023, and this will now be the beginning of my 6th year making videos, I figured why not? So, good morning, and Happy New Year, everyone. So, hold on a second. Let me get my jersey on. Much better. Okay. Because I think I'll wear the jersey just solely for making the picks, and then I'll take it off to resume what I was going to talk about. So, we have, no one has a bye week this week that I see. So, 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. Yep. 16. So, actually, there's going to be 14 games today. So, actually, hold on a second. I never did fix my calculation for the first one. So I was 1-0 going into today. Very nice. Let me save it. We always double save. Okay, now let's make the picks. So, Cardinals and the Falcons. I'll give it to the Falcons. Why not? They're both out, so why should I care? Dolphins and Patriots. The Dolphins should get this. Wait, they're in New England. Yeah, I'm still picking the Dolphins. If the Dolphins really are as good as a team as they believe themselves to be, they can go to New England and beat New England. Okay. Eagles and Saints. Are you kidding me? Seriously, the Saints have been so underwhelming, it's almost like they're the Aints again when they're clearly not. With that said, though, as much as I would like the Eagles to lose, I'm picking the Eagles to win. Sorry, Dallas. It's just you had one job to do, and that was to beat Jacksonville, Dallas. This one's on you. So, yeah, I'm picking the Eagles over the Saints. Colts versus Giants. Please. If the Giants can't win against the Colts, then they don't deserve to make the playoffs. Because right now they're like the 6th seed, I believe. Actually, let me look at the playoff picture. Yeah, the Giants are the 6th seed right now. So, yeah, you guys can't beat the Colts. You don't deserve to go to the playoffs. Panthers and Buccaneers. I think the Buccaneers are going to clinch making the playoffs for the 3rd year in a row. I'm calling. I'm thinking the Bucs to win day. Broncos and Chiefs. Oh, that's easy. I'm picking the Chiefs. Bears and Lions. Lions. I'd like to see if the Lions can actually make the playoffs. Browns and Commanders. Well, the Browns are out. All they can really do now is spoil. So, yeah, I'll pick the Commanders to win. Jaguars and Texans. Jaguars. That's easy. Raiders and 49ers. 49ers. Jets and Seahawks. You know what? I'd like to see the Jets pull this one off. I really would. Vikings and Packers. Vikings. That's easy. Ooh, an all Los Angeles game today. Chargers. I'm picking the Chargers. Steelers, Ravens. Ravens. That's easy. So, my picks today are the Falcons, the Dolphins, the Eagles, the Giants, the Bucks, the Chiefs, the Lions, the Commanders, the Jaguars, 49ers, the Jets, the Vikings, the Chargers, and the Ravens. So those are my picks. Now I can take this jersey off and get back to talking about what I was going to talk about. One moment, please. There we go. Okay, so yesterday, as well as during the live stream I did last night on Facebook, I pretty much took everything to talk about everything that happened. And you know what? There is one thing I did forget, and that was my grandparents' 70th wedding anniversary. But, you know, that added more to how good the very end of this year, of last year was. I can't refer to 2022 as this year anymore. I can refer to it as last year now, though. Man, 2023. It's been 5 years since I've been doing these. This marks year 6. So, I suppose the traditional thing to do would be to talk about what my resolutions are going to be, because I do have some ideas and plans for this year. Although, the one thing that I was excited for at the beginning of last year that I don't have going for me this year is, to my knowledge, there is no wedding I have to go to. Yeah, if you remember a year ago, I talked about that my cousin was going to get married in November, but she just got married. So, that's it. Nothing, no plans on going to any weddings that I know, which is a real shame too. Because, seriously, I want to be able to go to a wedding and be like, I want to be able to be invited to a wedding, right? Like maybe I'm someone's +1 or something, and I'm like, you know what, I could use a good cry. Let's do it. Yeah. That was one really great thing that happened last year. It gave me like a renewed sense of hope for, you know, someone special in my life. And that's awesome. But yeah, I don't really have any plans for going anywhere major this year in terms of weddings. I mean, of the things that I know for a fact are going to be happening in 2023 that I know of, you know, for the moment it really just, well, there is one thing that is coming soon, but I'll get to that momentarily. And, I mean, with a new year, you get like a new set of holidays, including New Year's Day, which is today, so there you go. Any holidays coming up, you know, specifically, you know, because personally I like to use holidays as sort of landmarks for, you know, at what point in the year we are. Like, obviously, this is the beginning of the year. You know, come just around 3 weeks from now, it'll be Martin Luther King Jr. Day. So that's sort of one landmark, the first sort of major holiday-related event that's going on. And, you know, we get to February, you know, you have, I mean, seriously, does anyone really pay attention to Groundhog Day anymore? Because I really don't. But I'm sure some people do, so, you know, we have Groundhog Day. And there's a few birthdays in February. You know, my uncle and my father are the 2nd and the 5th, respectively. So, hey, maybe there'll be an opportunity to go to Libs there. We went for my father's birthday last year, so maybe. And of course, I can't really talk about any major events on Valentine's Day without talking about President's Day. Seriously, President's Day really is a thing. But I'm just kidding. Valentine's Day. I mean, unless something happens in the next 6 weeks, it'll be 33 years in a row I'm single for Valentine's Day. And while it's sometimes, I mention this before every year, you would think it would bum me out, but it really doesn't. And considering the 2 weddings I went to last year, I have a bit more to say. So, February, you have March. Really the only major events in March that I know of will be Rita's opening again. It usually happens on the first day of March. Spring will finally begin. St. Patrick's Day, which I'm really looking forward to. I am proud of all the Irish blood that's in me, Although I really should do a 23andMe. I should. Oh, that'd be a great video to do. A 23andMe. The Try Guys did one of those. It was a good video. But, with this being, technically winter began maybe a week and a half ago. Winter's going to be going on for another, well over 2.5 months. So, which is odd for me to say considering that let's be honest, right now it's like 40 degrees outside. It's cool, but it's not remotely unbearable. But I know for a fact that at some point between now and the first day of spring, and possibly even after spring starts, it's going to get ugly. I'm expecting at least one major snowstorm between now and then. I don't want to jinx it though, but if it happens, it happens. Lent's going to be starting. I forget. When does Lent start? Hold on a second. Just let me look up. Hold on. February 22nd. Okay, so the first day of Lent will be February 22nd. So you have about, let's see, 4 weeks. Yeah, y'all got 7 Fridays worth of opportunities to be able to eat meat. So good luck with that. Don't worry, I'll be sure to give you reminders as time goes on. So immediately, it doesn't really seem like much is going to be happening until, maybe 3 weeks from now with, Martin Luther King Day. As it is a day of remembrance, and that is important. But, let's be honest. Between tomorrow and Tuesday, that's when, reality and seasonal depression are going to kick in for a lot of people. And now that I'm aware of the depression that I have, not that I personally get seasonal depression myself, but it's the sort of tension that you can feel in the air. So, if anyone really is looking for some advice as to how to get through it, I can say this. We just made it through, the end of 2022. And if 2022 is a bad year, 2023 could only possibly be better. If you can just make it till March, you have a chance. That's how I always saw it. And it's true. Make it till, March 1st. For me, that's when Rita's opens up again. So I'm looking forward to that. Let's see. So those are the events I know off the top of my head that are happening. So I guess right now the big thing to focus on would be my father's birthday next month. Which, yeah, I know listen, I know I just said it's next month, but every time I say something's a bit far away, I always tell the story of how my brother and my sister-in-law got engaged in July of 2014. and they got married in July of 2016. Those 2 years flew by like that. Trust me, 1 month is going to be like a blink. Trust me, before you even realize it, it's going to be February 1st. I guarantee it. Although speaking of the first of the first of the month is Sunday. So happy Sunday, everyone. Meaning we have a Friday the 13th in our midst. Any superstitious people out there? Yeah, you know who you are. Some people always get freaked out on Friday the 13th. Me? Huh. You know, I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to jinx anything. I am not going to jinx anything. Holy cow. I just realized I could potentially jinx myself. I don't want to do that. So, there you go. In terms of New Year's resolutions, well, foremost, let's start with the ones that aren't really going to be changed, because aren't going to change because, I mean, obviously I'm going to be doing this every day, making a video every day, so that's not going to stop anytime soon. The important thing I always try and focus on regarding a New Year's resolution, pretty much since I've started making videos, is focus on family more. I really want to say that was actually one thing I didn't talk about yesterday, is I think I did a great job of being really more, involved with, family affairs. In a good way, obviously. So, definitely be more involved with my family. I mean, I have a pair of 3-year-old twin nephews and one 60-month-old nephew. I've done a pretty solid job of seeing them grow up so far. So, obviously I want to see where it goes next. Let's see. And speaking of being involved with family, as much as I really want to do that, one thing I absolutely have to do, be involved with my friends more. I mean, I'll be honest, I never really go out that much. And for those of you who don't know, in the beginning of 2020, my goal was to, really do that. I would go out there and, maybe have a drink or two. I mean, I want to make one thing clear. I have no problems with alcohol whatsoever. It's just, it's just not my thing. But I'd like to do it more. So, definitely, for sure, go out and have more fun. I mean, I will admit as time goes on and we all get older, it's going to be more difficult. Some of my friends have families to take care of. I never know what anyone's plans are. But I really do want to go out and meet people, for sure. Like, just last December, I went to both Sparkle and Holidays. And I also went to this one, last May, I went to this one sort of like a magical moonlight sort of fair that was going on in Corning. So I definitely want to be able to do more of that, for sure. That's definitely on my to-do list. One thing I definitely want to be careful of for this year, and I talked about this briefly a few days ago, is I once saw this post that says, don't say that 2023 is going to be your year. Because that's what everyone was saying about 2022, and it wound up not being a good year. So, I think the best way to go about doing that is, and Steve Harvey once put it perfectly when he said, chill, but don't act cool. Like, relax. Have fun. Enjoy whatever moment you're in. Don't make it about you. In that moment in time, enjoy the company you have with everyone around you. And, you can reflect on what you liked about it later. You can reflect how good it was for you. You can reflect how possibly not good it was for you. But every day I'm going to try and not make it about me. Not that I purposely do that, mind you. But I definitely want to, take each day as it comes with cautious optimism. That's what I think I'll do. Just look at each day with cautious optimism. So definitely, obviously, make videos. Be more, involved with family. Go out more and do more in the community. Which also reminds me, I went to my first Alive After 5 last year, and I never went to another one. I mean, listen, going to Alive After 5 is great, but, you have it when I'm heading up to Keuka Lake. And then, around the time it ends, we're still going up to Keuka Lake. And, or actually, what another thing I did in the last 2 years I did in terms of being more involved in the community? Going to Horseheads football games. That was a lot of fun. Of course I'm going to do that this year. For sure. Seriously, Facebook does a great job of, listing upcoming events, but it doesn't do me any good if, the events that are being listed have people that I have no idea who they are, or no one I know is going to be there. Going to Sparkle, I ran into a bunch of people that made that evening so much better because, well, really I had a hunch they'd be there, but, they were there and I had fun. Stuff like that. So definitely be on the lookout for more events where, people that I know and therefore want to talk to are there. That's a personal one for me. Actually, in terms of being involved with family, I did mention there is one thing that is coming up later in May, and that's my youngest cousin on my mother's side is actually graduating from college. Yeah. I don't know all the details involving what's going on yet, but I do know that, there will be an opportunity to see my family. Listen, honestly, because she's all the way in Massachusetts, and that's a 6-hour drive for me, which I'm not gonna lie, I'm not really that big of a fan of car rides. I could barely stand going to somewhere like Trinity Pawling for 3.5 hours. And at least I'm driving. Personally, I've never driven anything longer than Trinity Pawling. So if I were to drive to, say, Massachusetts by myself, specifically, Reading, near the Boston area, which would be about 6 hours, I don't know. If I was driving, some things would definitely be sure to not happen. There's one place that my folks like to go to, halfway through, called Gildaland. It's right in Albany, or near Albany, which is near the halfway mark. It's not really that great of a place. The only remotely good thing they have there is a McDonald's. And if you know how I feel about McDonald's, I'll explain here. It's good, but come on. I've had stuff like Five Guys, Chick-fil-A, and, In-N-Out. I take Burger King over McDonald's any day. McDonald's is good, I've just had better. It's funny, I'm talking about hamburgers which are fast food. So once you had steak, hamburgers just not as good, That's all I'm saying. So, we'll see. But definitely the first major family event that I'm aware of is my cousin graduating. So there's that. And I'm sure there's a few other birthdays. There's my father's birthday, there's my uncle's birthday. My brother's going to turn 35 in April. My grandmother is going to turn 88 in February. That's another February birthday. So, I got a few things going on that I'm looking forward to. But, yeah. So, for sure, I'm going to take today, I can't really methodically plan out a whole year because you never know what's going to happen in a year. For that matter, you don't even know what's going to happen in a day. But I definitely want to process how, because, I mean, let's be real here. It's just almost 20 after 8 in the morning. The new year has just barely begun. So there's no way I could ever really make heads or tails of how this year is going to be based off of that. Not to mention, a good majority of these first 8 hours and 20 minutes, I was asleep. So, I mean, it was a good night's sleep, I guess. So, that's good. Hey, maybe that's a sign after all, huh? Okay. So, be with family more. Continue doing what I do to entertain all of you. Look forward to some things coming up. So actually, one thing that is coming up is America's Got Talent All Stars. I'm so excited! It's basically America's Got Talent, the champions, but like, why didn't they do it with the champions? Why didn't they do it Champions Season 3? And you know what? In my heart, I'll call it Champions Season 3. How's that? I mean, on the title videos, I'm still gonna say America's Got Talent All Stars, but just know that for sure, in my heart, it's Champions Season 3. But I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be awesome. So, I got a few things to look forward to. Yeah. So, look forward to events, but don't be hasty about it. You know, chill but don't act cool. You know, be involved with family more. Go out and see more people. And take every day as it comes. Trust me, I know not every day is going to be good. But that's okay. Some days aren't going to be good. But knowing what I learned, but you know what, if I learned anything from, you know, last year, it's that I'm not going to let something like, well, for last year was the worst heartbreak ever define how I feel. Not anymore. I mentioned how, you know, I believe in love again. My hope is in love again. So, I don't think you gotta worry about complaining about that. So, I hope, well, I am beyond, you know what, let's end it here. I am beyond humbled that I've been doing this for 5 years, and this is the beginning of my 6th year. And for those of you who've been with me from the very beginning, you know who you are. You've given me all the love and support that I could have ever asked for. It may not be, it doesn't look like much on paper, but you know what? In here it counts. You know who you are. So, I am beyond humbled that I've done it for this long, and I'm going to continue to do it. Well, personally, I'm going to do it till the wheels fall off, whichever that may be. So, or someone legit pays me a boatload of money. Oh, I've got a price, just no one's ever going to be able to match it. So, I'm beyond humbled I made it all this way, 5 years, beginning of my 6th year. Let's make 2023 awesome. Make it a good year. I am hopeful that it's not just a good year for me, but I hope it's a good year for all of you too. Even if 2022 wound up being pretty okay for you, I bet you're thinking maybe 2023 could be better. And if you're one of those people, you know who you are. I hope 2023 really is better for you. And always remember, whether it's 2018, 19, 20, 21, 22, or 2023. If you ever need to talk or chat, I'm always going to be here to lend an ear, and I'll always have your back. Take care, and make good choices. 607 all day, baby.